Hey friends, welcome back to Digitalk. And in this session, I am going to show you how we can take the heap dumps using different methods. Okay, and then how we can do the analysis of heap dumps with the help of JMC tool, which is JDK Mission Control Tool. Okay, so this is a troubleshooting guide that I am going to refer. Okay, this is the part of lab document. If you want all the lab documents along with this particular document, then you can write to me on digitalk.fmw@gmail.com. Okay, I will send you the details. It is available on bare minimum cost. Okay, so let me go first back to the thread dump section and let me show you how we can take the heap dump. Sorry. Okay, so there are different ways to take heap dumps. We have discussed on the thread dumps in the last session. Right, the different ways to take the thread dumps and how we can do the some analysis of thread dumps. And when we talk about the heap dump, right, which is the dump or a snapshot of your virtual memory, there is a heap size that we define to the JVM of a particular server, right? So definition would be a heap dump capture a snapshot of the JVM memory at a specific point of time. It contains detailed information about the memory uses, including object classes and their relationship, which can help diagnosis memory related issues such as memory leaks or excessive memory consumptions. Okay, so now the different ways to take heap dump is, the first one is JCMD command, which is bundled with the JDK. Okay, so if you have a JDK already installed, then you don't need to install any other software. This command is already there inside the bin directory of your JDK. Okay, and with the help of this command, you can take the heap dump with the syntax JCMD, then PID of your server, then GC in capital dot heap underscore dump, and the location of your heap dump file where you want to create that particular file, right? So this is the first way to take the heap dump. Okay, so before I go to next section, let me bring up my machine first. Okay, because it is going to take some time, because I'm going to show you on my Linux machine, right? So let me first bring up my Linux machine, which is on Amazon EC2. Okay, in between I will explain you the different other methods that we use for taking the thread heap dumps. Okay, so for that, let me bring up my Weblogic instance first machine. It will take a couple of seconds or a minute of time, right, to start the instance, and then I will log into this particular machine, and then I will show you how we can take heap dumps. Okay, so till this machine get initialized, okay, let me go back to the PDF document. Okay, so this is the first way to take the heap dump with the help of JCMD command. This is the syntax for that. Okay, this is the execution screenshot which I am going to show you on this particular session. Second is JMap. Okay, and to take the heap dump with the help of JMap command, the syntax is again same, almost JMap, right, and then hyphen dump, then colon format equal to B, because we are going to take it in a binary format, right, and then file equal to the name of your heap dump file and the PID of your server, right? So what is the syntax we have used for JCMD is JCMD, then PID, and then GC dot heap underscore dump and the name of heap dump file. And when we talk about JMap, the syntax is JMap hyphen dump colon format equal to B, file equal to heap dump file name and the PID of the server. And these are the different way to take the PID of your server. The basic command is ps hyphen ef grep and server name. This will give the PID of your server, right, which is showing on the screen as well. And these are certain advanced command. If you have multiple servers are running on a particular machine, like admin server, multiple managed servers, then you can run this command, which I am going to show you as well. This will show you the all the name of the servers which is running on that particular host along with the process ID. Okay, these are certain advanced commands, so I will show you the execution of this one as well. Okay, and apart from that, we have certain advanced or additional options as well that you can specify with the JMap command. Okay, like we have a different kind of objects in your JVM heap, and if you want to take the dump of only the live objects from the JVM heap, okay, then you can specify the colon live option as well along with the format equal to B with the hyphen dump. Okay, this is the option for that. Okay, and apart from that, you have certain command if you would like to know more about your heap size. Okay, what is the current heap relation, what is the current assigned size for your heap, and then young and old generation size. For that, you need a bit detailed information about the different parts of the heap size, okay, which you can see with the help of JMap hyphen heap and the process ID. This will give you complete information about your heap. Okay, Now the other one is if you wanted to trigger the heap dump automatically whenever you have a out of memory situation in your servers. Okay, and this is most of the time in configured in the environments. Okay, so these are the certain parameters that you can configure with the JVM, just like we configure the maximum size or maximum or minimum heap size and other parameters. You can specify this particular parameters in the JVM. Okay, and whenever there is a out of memory error encountered in your log file of your particular server, it will automatically generate the heap dump in the specified path. Okay, for that you have to specify this complete syntax in your JVM heap uh, JVM parameters, right? But if you have a large heap size, then try to avoid this particular method to automatically create the heap dump by giving the arguments in the JVM, because if you have a large heap size, okay, then the generated heap dump size would be very big. Okay, and if you have a certain kind of restrictions in terms of storage, okay, then it is going to create certain kind of a problem and your server performance may get degraded. Okay, so if you have a small heap size somewhere around 2 GB, 4 GB, 6 GB, okay, then you can specify this argument. But if you have a heap size which is more than around 20 or 25 GB or more than that, then try to avoid this one. Don't specify this particular parameter for the out of memory error. Okay, now there are different ways to add the parameters. This is how we can add this parameter. You can either update your set domain env file where you can add this particular parameters to get reflected for your servers, or you can update it from the console as well, right? We go to the Weblogic console, click on server name, configurations, and server start. Inside server start, you can specify inside the arguments. So whatever the argument that you will specify here, this will be applicable for your JVM, right? So okay, so this is the JFR that I am going to talk about in next some other lecture. Okay, so this is all about how we can take the heap dumps with the help of different methods and which one is the preferred in which kind of situations, right? So let me go back now. My instance is running up and running. Okay, so let me log into my instance and then I will bring up my machine Weblogic domain, and then I will show you how we can uh, take the heap dumps. Okay, so let me log in. The default username for your EC2 machine or the Amazon AWS machine is EC2-user, right? And then let me log in. Right, so I'm there. So let me switch to my Oracle user, which I have used to install my WebLogic. Okay, and then I will go inside my domain. Let me see what is the location of my domain is app and then domain, right? Cluster domain and inside bin, right? So I'm bin directory. So let me first start my node manager. Okay, and this is the way I'm starting my node manager in the background, and then let me start my admin server as well in the background, right? And let me see the output of the logs. Okay, so this is now the process is getting started. Okay, so once server is up and running, to access the console, specifically when we talk about the Amazon AWS, you have to take the public DNS, right? This is similar, just like we access the admin console in our all the environments where we specify the DNS or IP address and colon default port. Maybe if you are using 7001/console, right, to access your admin console. So when we are on EC2 machine, okay, for that, okay, now server is running. So for that, what we need is we need the sorry, let me go back and copy it again. So this is my EC2 machine and this is public DNS which I have copied now. Let me copy paste here, then the default port I'm using for the admin server, and then console, right? So by this way we can access the admin console which is running on the Amazon AWS machine. And let me log into my this particular machine. Okay, and after that what I am going to do is I will start my manage server first. Okay, so let me see what I have in my domain. So I have two managed servers in the domain which is running on two different machines. Okay, so I have two machines. This is the WebLogic instance 1 and this is my WebLogic instance 2. So because I'm not starting the instance 2 machine to save my cost, okay, so what I will do is I will bring up the managed server which is running on my machine 1, right? So let me start my this particular server. Okay, so it will take bit time, right, to server to bring come up. Okay, but the process you can see immediately whenever you will fire the command to start the server, the process generated immediately. Okay, so c server underscore 1, this is my managed server name, right, and the PID is 2561 here, right. And let me see the status if it is still starting or now running. Okay, now server is running in state, right. So let me go back to the document and show you the command that I have given on this particular document. Okay, so basic command, this is one of the basic command if you would like to see the process of a particular server, which is ps-ef grep and the name of your server, and this one, the first one, is your process ID 2561, right. Now if you would like to run some more advanced command, this is the command which I have given in the document of this particular lab document. Okay, so you can run this, and then you, instead of getting the complete output of the process, you will get only the process ID with the help of this command. So what I have specified here, this is the name of my managed server, right. So if you are going to use this in your environment, then replace this particular name with the managed server which is running in your environment, either managed server or admin server, right. So this is this is one more bit advanced command. So if I will run this one, what it will do, it will check all the servers which is running on this particular node, and it will show you the name of that particular server along with the PID. Suppose as of now I have one admin server with the name of cluster admin server is running with the PID 2424, and one managed server is running with the PID 2561. If you have multiple servers, then this command will show you the name of the server and corresponding PID. Okay, so this is a bit easier to use. Also we can use this in some scripting as well. If you are doing some certain kind of a scripting where you need to grab only the specific server name or PID, then this command is very helpful in that case, right. So now we are going to take the heap dump, right, with the help of JCMD command. Okay, so my JDK is running in the this particular location, right, and then Java, right, and instead of Java, what we are using is we are going to use JCMD command, right. So I haven't specified the Java home and path variable, so I am specifying the complete path of my bin directory here. Okay, so JCMD is the command. Okay, and after that we have to specify the PID, right. So what is the PID of my this particular managed server is 2561, right. Then gc dot heap dump. So this is the exact command that you need to copy paste here. GC capital dot heap underscore dump in the small, and the location where exactly you want to create the heap dump. Okay, so I will create in the current directory itself, or maybe let's go with the temp directory only. Okay, so let me specify this particular, right, and then press enter. Now you can see that it is showing that okay, no space left on device. So I have no space left on device, so let me first clean up some space, right, and then let me rmrf and then tmp slash, and then yes, I have to give the sudo because I don't have a proper permission for the id. Okay, so let me see dffnkh, still 99%. Okay, let me clean up some of my other space. Okay, let me log into my Oracle user. Okay, and then go to u01 and then software. Let me see if anything is there. Okay, nothing specific is there. Okay, but let me see if anything else I can able to find to clean up the space. Okay, and then app, let me see what is there. Script environment Oracle domain. Okay, cd Oracle, sorry, this is Oracle. I'm there in the home Oracle. Okay, so let me go to u01 app Oracle. No, there is no Oracle. It is okay. Oracle. Then what is there? Our inventory, middleware home. Okay, so I have two middleware home. Let me see which middleware home I am using. I am using the let me see, this is the path and this is the server. So I'm using u01 app Oracle complete middleware, right. So let me remove this one particular. Okay, this is not in use, so this will clean some of the space. Okay, so now I have 90%. Let me go back and see if that particular command is running successfully now. Okay, let me run this command again. Okay, so now you can say heap dump file is created. and if I will do the listing of this file, okay, so this is the file. You can see the size of this one. It's in byte. Okay, this is in byte, so that means this is the kilobyte and this is megabyte, 130 MB. Okay, this is the size of this particular heap dump file. So this is the first way how we can generate the heap dump. Okay, so I will copy this file to my local machine as well, and then I will show you how you can open this file in the JCMD JDK mission control tool. Okay, and then let me change the permission of this file so that I can access it from anywhere. 777, right? So this is the first way, and then let me go back and show you the JMap command as well. Okay, so these are the same thing how you can grab the process, and this is the syntax, okay, to generate the heap dump. Okay, so if I take this particular command and let me copy paste here, okay, this is the command, and after that what I have to specify is I have to specify the PID. So what was the PID? 2561. Okay, so okay, JMap is not found because I haven't set the Java home and the path variable. So what I have to give is I have to give the complete path of my bin directory, just like this one, because JMap is again part of your JDK. So okay, it is taking light. You can see that now the heap dump is generated, and this is the size, right? So you can see that the size is a bit differ when we take the heap dump with the help of JMap command and when we have taken with the help of JCMD command, right? And let me go back to document and let me show you a few more things. Okay, additional things. This is the live option if you wanted to take with the help of live option, and you can see the difference here. Let me take it with the help of live option as well. So this is JMap, okay, and then -dump live, and then your file name, okay, with the format, and then your PID. Okay, so this is not running. Maybe some syntax is wrong here. Let me see what went wrong there. Okay, there was a space in between, right? So now you can see that heap dump is generated, and this is the heap dump. This is only for the live object, so the size of this particular heap dump is less in comparison with the full heap dump, right? So this is the thing, right? And if you wanted to see the additional details, as I mentioned in my document, okay, so what is that? JMap -heap and the PID. So this is JMap -heap and then your PID. So what was the PID? PID was 2561. Okay, again I have to specify the complete path for JMap. Okay, and so this is the complete, sorry, I'm giving the wrong location. Okay, so let me go to here, and then this is okay. So now here you can see it is showing you the details of your heap. Okay, what is the maximum size you can use, oldest hidden space, and then for that you need some bit knowledge about the JVM internal structure, right? So this is how we can run the advanced command, okay, with the help of JMap, right? And these are the certain parameters. As I said, this you have to set in your environment variable file, set domain.env, okay, and then whenever you have out of memory error in your managed server or admin server, then in that case it will automatically generate the heap dump for you in the path which is given in the heap dump path variable here along with this one, right? Now the other case is okay, so let me show you again how we can modify it, or we can update this parameter from the console as well. For that you have to go to your servers and then click on your manage servers, and then you have to go on the server startup tab. So inside server start you will see the class path, and then this is the argument. Okay, so inside the argument, whatever the argument that we specify in the set domain.env, same way you can specify here as well, and this will get reflected for your server. Why? Because your managed server are getting started with the help of node manager, right? So that if you define the parameter here, that is also fine. Okay, inside the server start tab, this is applicable for all of your servers. Okay, so now let us take that particular heap dump to our local system so that we can open it with the help of JCMD or JMC tool, okay, which is the JDK mission control tool from the Oracle. Okay, so what was the first heap dump that we have generated in the temp? This is the location where we have generated. I will take this one, okay, and this is the file. I have changed the permission to 777. Okay, and now let me take the public IP of this particular machine. Okay, and then I will copy this file to my local system. For that, what I need the public IP of my machine. Okay, let me see. The public IP of machine is this one. Okay, and I'm going to use the FileZilla for that one to copy it on my local machine. So sftp:// this is the IP, and then my username, and then my machine password. Okay, okay, now it is going to be connected. Okay, so it's listed. So let me go back to my temp directory because my file is there, right? And what was the name of my file? It was dump.hpro. This is the file, right? So let me copy it to my desktop. Okay, it is getting copied to my desktop. Okay, it is getting transferred. So in between, let me show you how you can download the JMC. Simple. You can go to your browser and then you can write download Oracle JMC. The first link that you will get is for JMC 8 download. Okay, this is the download link, and then if you are installing on Windows, then you can click on this particular zip file and it will be downloaded on your local system. And after that, there is no installation. It is just a zip file, so you need to extract this file. Okay, and your installation is done. Okay, let me show you. So this is the location where I have downloaded in my system, and inside that you go to JDK mission control, and this is jmc.exe is the file. Okay, which you can double click to open your Java mission control tool. Okay, and one important thing is for JDK mission control 8 versions, you have to use the JDK 11 onwards. If you are using JDK 8 or any version which is lower than 11, then whenever you will click on this particular exe file, it will give you some error. It will not start the JMC. Okay, so make sure for JMC 8 you have the JDK version at least 11 is installed in your system. Okay, most of the time I saw that a lot of the engineers get a struggle on that particular part, why it is not opening, why it is giving some error when we are opening the JMC. For that, the reason is that you don't have a proper JDK version installed in your system, right? So this is the JDK mission control tool. Okay, this is the welcome page, so I will choose this one. Okay, and now if you wanted to open your heap dump file, you can click and then open file. So first let me see if it is copied or not in my local system. Okay, it is 35% copied. It will take some more time for the copy, and in between let me go back and then let me see if anything else that I can explain to you. Okay, this is we have discussed process, jmap, dump, and this is we have discussed. Okay, and yeah, so this is the syntax if you will using the jmap command. Okay, so -dump: format equal to B, specify the dump format, B for binary format, and file name is the HPRO. This is the extension we give for the heap dump. Okay, this is specify the output file where the heap dump will be saved. Okay, you have to replace this with your file name when you are taking the heap dump, and then simple is the process ID. Okay, so this is the guide where I have explained many things. Apart from that one, if you see the content of this one, we have given the thread dumps, heap dumps, JFR recordings. I will show you in the next session. Okay, and then on stuck threads, and then apart from that we have a lot of timeout parameters specifically in Weblogic, which is very crucial when you are working in a production environment, like JTA timeout, XA timeout, stuck thread timeout, distributed clock timeout, and they all are configured in the relations. Okay, and this is completely explained in this particular section, what is the method, how to tune these particular timeout values for all of these parameters. Okay, and along with that one, I have explained how we can update the JVM heap, how we can run the garbage collection manually from the admin console using WLST JCMD command, how you can tune data source, what are the different overload conditions that you can tune, and then how you can monitor the performance. And then apart from that, major is about the major important Linux command that we use frequently in the Weblogic server with respect to process, find, replace, grep, replace a string, and then replace with a different string, top, free, tar, zip, unzip, SCP, and then how we can set up the passwordless authentication between different servers, right? So this is the part of lab 1 and lab 2 document which is available on bare minimum cost. And as I said, if you want this to buy this document, then you can write me on digitalk.fmw@gmail.com. Okay, we'll send you the complete details. Okay, let me see now. Okay, so this file is copied. So let me open this in the JCMD. Okay, let me go to desktop, and this is the dump file, right? Let me click on open. Okay, so based on the size, it will take some time. Okay, if it is very large size of heap dump, then it will take a lot of time to upload in your JCMD tool, because it read and interpret all of the complete heap dump. Okay, so now you can see here there are a lot of sections that you have to analyze with the help of this one. And when we talk about specifically the support environment, if you are working in a support environment, and most of the times for WebLogic administration perspective, from support perspective, you don't need to be a development skill, right? You don't need to be a Java developer or any kind of a developing skill, right, for that one. So how this particular heap dump analysis is going to help you in that case where we don't have a Java skills is that for that you have to get the initial analysis from your end by taking the heap dump, and then this analysis you can share with your Java developers or your developer team to so that they can dig further into this one, why the certain kind of objects are getting loaded in the memory, why they are taking the large heap part of your JVM, if there is any heap memory leakage or any problem with the code. So that thing that can be done by the developers, but before that one you have to share with them this particular, even you can say the screenshot of this particular JVM heap dump. Like here you can see that different kind of objects that are loaded in your memory. Okay, and what is the memory of that it is taking, what is the overhead, and then the different kind of objects that has been created for all the objects. Okay, so if you see here object selection, all objects, so these are the different kind of objects that is created in your JVM heap when you run your applications. Okay, small collections, sparse arrays, long zero tail arrays, empty use collections, empty arrays, duplicate strings, duplicate arrays, boxes collections, arrays with one element. As an admin, when you don't have a development skills, you are not able to understand what exactly these means of these particular arrays or objects. Okay, but this is helpful for the developers, so you can take the screenshot and then sort this particular objects with the help of overhead, with the help of memory. It is using the number of objects that has been created for that particular objects. Okay, so how many objects are created? So you can see here that total objects are 935486, and the large contribution is from the duplicate string, which is 111783. Okay, and the second largest object which is getting created in your heap is 57904, and inside that one you can see the duplicates and then memory and overhead for that particular object. These are the different objects. When you will click on the each and every object, for that object you will see the classes of that particular object which is getting loaded from here. Okay, so if I talk about the first one, which is the highest one, duplicate strings, for that one you can see the duplicate classes and memory utilization here. If I go to duplicate arrays, then you can see that in duplicate arrays the largest contributor of which is taking the memory is the long type. This is the long type. Okay, and so these are the different ways we can say. If I go to the different sections as well, you can go to different sections and then you will see a lot of things as well here. Okay, there are different lot of options are there for the analysis, and these things you can share with the developers. Okay, as initial investigations, and after that it is the job of the developer to look for all the object which is taking the high memory, or what are the objects that has a large number of counts, what are the classes related to that one, what are the memory utilization of each and every classes with respect to that. So your developers will help you on that, but as an admin is your responsibility to take the heap dumps, do some initial analysis with the help of JDK mission control tool, and then share your findings with the developers so that they can go for the further. So thanks for watching this video and stay tuned for the next video.